Today, we're pulling back the curtain on some of the most bizarre truths our planet has to offer. So, buckle up, because things are about to get strange. Let's start with a crime scene mystery. Imagine detectives dusting for fingerprints, and they find a perfect set. The only problem: the culprit might not be human. We have one heart, which seems pretty standard, right? Well, the octopus looked at that and said, "Hold my kelp. They have 3 hearts. 2 are dedicated solely to pumping blood through their gills, ensuring they get all the oxygen they need from the water. The third, larger heart, circulates blood to the rest of their body. But here's the kicker. When an octopus swims, that third heart actually stops beating. This is why they often prefer to crawl along the ocean. Floor swimming is just too exhausting when your main heart takes a break every time you move." Now, from the clever octopus to one of the most extreme relationships in the animal kingdom, let's venture into the deep, dark abyss where the anglerfish lives. Finding a mate in the vast, pitch-black ocean is incredibly difficult. So, when a tiny male anglerfish finally finds a female, Cook can be up to 60 times his size. He doesn't just say hello. He bites onto her and never lets go. His body literally fuses with hers, connecting their circulatory systems. He looses his eyes and internal organs, becoming little more than a permanent, attached sperm bank for the female. Talk about a clingy partner. Let's move to a warmer, more colorful home, the anemone. Here we find clownfish, made famous by our favorite animated movies. But their real lives are even more fascinating. Every single clownfish is born male. They live in social hierarchies, and the largest, most dominant fish in the group is the only female. What happens if she disappears? The next largest male in line undergoes a complete biological transformation, changing sex to become the new breeding female of the group. It's a real-life fishy soap opera where the lead role is always up for grabs. From the small to the absolutely colossal, the blue whale is the largest animal to have ever lived. So you'd expect its heart to be a powerhouse, right? Is weighing as much as a car. But its rhythm is surprisingly slow. When a blue whale dives deep into the ocean to feed, its heart rate can drop to as low as 5 or 6 beats per minute. That's 1 beat every 10 to 12 seconds. It's a gentle giant in every sense of the word. Now, let's head to the rivers of Africa, where we find another massive animal, the hippopotamus. You see them in the water all the time, so you'd assume they are fantastic swimmers. Wrong? Hippos are so dense that they can't actually swim or even float very well. Instead, they gracefully and powerfully walk or gallop along the riverbed. They can hold their breath for about 5 minutes. They're less like swimmers and more like aquatic astronauts bouncing along in a low-gravity environment. They're delicious, packed with potassium and slightly radioactive. which is radioactive. But the amount is so incredibly tiny that it's completely harmless. You would need to eat about 10 million bananas in one sitting to get a noticeable dose of radiation. Let's talk about the secret to eternal youth. Lobsters might have cracked the code. They produce an enzyme called telomerase, protecting them from the damage of aging. This makes them biologically immortal. They don't die of old age. They just keep growing bigger and bigger. The only reason we don't see city-sized lobsters roaming the ocean floor is that they eventually die from external causes, like being caught by predators, or us, or because they get too big to molt their exoskeletons properly. Still, imagine having a built-in repair kit for your own cells. You know how bees are a symbol of teamwork and harmony, working together for the good of the hive? Well, mostly. It turns out, bees can be surprisingly aggressive towards each other. Guard bees at the entrance of a hive will check every bee trying to enter. If a bee from another hive, a robber bee, tries to sneak in and steal their honey, the guards will attack, sting, and fight it off to the death. They'll even sting bees from their own hive if they come back smelling strange or suspicious. It's a tough security detail in the world of honey. Finally, let's travel to the vast, sandy deserts, home of the camel. Surviving in a place where sand can get everywhere is a challenge. How do they protect their eyes? With a built-in, triple-layer system of protection, camels have 3 eyelids on each eye. 2 of them have long lashes to catch sand, just like ours. But the third one is a super-thin, translucent membrane that sweeps across the eye from the side, like a windshield wiper. This allows the camel to see where it's going and keep its eyes clear, even in the middle of a blinding sandstorm. It's a brilliant piece of natural engineering, from radioactive bananas to immortal lobsters. And from sex-changing fish to heart-stopping octopuses, our world is brimming with facts that are stranger than fiction. It just goes to show you that reality is often way more creative than we could ever imagine. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the wonderfully bizarre side of life. If you love learning things that make you say, "Wow, that is just so specific," then you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because our channel is, after all, oddly specific. See you next time.